I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey there, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is a PayPal request from Devin. If anyone wants to send in requests, whether it be for a topic, a reaction, review, re-review, whatever type of video, review of pretty much anything, does that just have to be a movie, you can request either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, as for today, you wanted me to review Lawless from 2012. Now, this is directed by a guy named John Hillcoat, who I guess he would be best known. He did this Viggo Mortensen film called The Road. He would go on to direct this other film called 999. Not Triple X, that's a different movie. 999. Lawless is a film where, at the end of the day, I thought it was okay. It has Shia LaBeouf, it has Tom Hardy, you have Guy Pearce, Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman's not in the film too much. He's in maybe 3 scenes. And the movie, it seems like the marketing makes it feel as if it's going to be more of an action movie, but it's not. If you're going in expecting an action movie with, okay, it's the Prohibition-era, the 1930s, but there's shooting, there's fighting, there's, you know, it's not that. It is more of a drama. And I would say I didn't mind it because I thought it did a pretty decent job capturing the era of the Prohibition of the 30s. I thought the cast was actually fairly good. And that's pretty much it. I mean, to see this film, it depends on how much you really like the actors and how much you're really into this era of Prohibition with the bootlegging, because that's what the story's about. Shia LaBeouf, Tom Hardy, and then Jason Clarke, who was John Connor in Terminator Genisys. They're 3 brothers. Shia LaBeouf's the youngest brother. Tom Hardy's the middle brother. But he's also, even though he's the middle brother, he's kind of the guy who runs the family. They're in the bootlegging business. Tom Hardy doesn't do a bad job. I mean, yeah, his thick southern accent, a little bit too thick at times, but to me, it didn't come off as silly or ridiculous. Maybe it would for other people, but to me, I bought it. And he's the type of guy that when someone comes up on him, he'll beat the fuck out of them with brass knuckles. And Shia LaBeouf's character, he's more of a guy that wants to do good, but he's fairly ineffective for a lot of the film. They show scenes when they were kids and they had to kill this pig. Shia LaBeouf's character couldn't do it, so I'm guessing it's Tom Hardy's character that went in and do it. So what happens with these 3 brothers is, throughout the film, A, they fall in love with someone, and B, Guy Pearce, who is the special deputy. And Guy Pearce is definitely having a certain accent that I wasn't sure what I thought about it at first. I mean, he has this look where he has the hair that's really parted down the middle. It's like this bald spot down the middle, and then hair here, hair there. And again, this really big accent that, again, I wasn't sure how I felt about it at first, but I kind of was alright with it as it went along. But I like Guy Pearce as an actor. And I wouldn't say this is one of my favorite performances of his, but I mean, I'd rather have him than some no-name, no-nuts that I couldn't give a rat's ass about as a villain. So, I'll take Guy Pearce. And he wants some of the profits these guys are doing. Tom Hardy pretty much tells him to go fuck himself, and later on he comes back and beats the shit out of Shia LaBeouf's character. I guess this is based on a true story. I don't know how true it is. That's the thing with based on true stories. Well, how true is it? And so, like I said before, it goes in between Shia LaBeouf or Tom Hardy's character falling in love with certain women. Tom Hardy falls in love with Jessica Chastain. She was in that sequel to Stephen King's It. She's been in other stuff too. Certain events ratchet up, like Tom Hardy beats the fuck out of these guys who harass and threaten Jessica Chastain, but later on they get their revenge by slitting Tom Hardy's throat, but he doesn't die. As legend has it, he walked miles and miles with a slit throat. In reality, Jessica Chastain saved him. Gary Oldman, he's this guy who we first see him with a Tommy gun shooting up a car. And like I said, the way the trailer makes it out to be, it's as if he's going to be in the film a lot more than he is. If you added up the time, it's less than 10 minutes. Which is too bad, because I like Gary Oldman. I think it would have been cool to see him more of his type of character. Because we see him, like I said, when he's shooting up this fucking car, introduce his character. Then later on, Shia LaBeouf is moving this alcohol. He gets stopped, and Gary Oldman finds him. And then he's like, oh yeah, I admire your family. And he gives the address of the guys who fucked up and almost killed Tom Hardy's character. Now, there's a bit of violence in the movie. It's funny, reviews talk about, oh, it's so violent, so violent. I'm like, yeah, it's a little bit violent, but man, you should see some of the films I've seen if you want to say it's super violent. I wouldn't say it's super violent. I would say the most violent scene, spoiler alert, spoilers, is Jason Clarke, Tom Hardy goes after the guys that try to kill Tom Hardy's character, and Shia LaBeouf finds out too late, and he's pissed because he wanted to join them and he wanted to help out. He's always a guy that wants to help out, but they kind of push him aside. So when he gets there, he finds that his two brothers have killed these guys and has taken and put in a jar one of the guys' testicles, which they send to Guy Pearce as a message. I would say that's the most violent it gets. And thankfully, no, you don't see the snipping or anything. You just see the result of it in a jar, which was enough for me. No more was needed from me. Thank you very much. That's all I need to see. So of course, more things happen. In retribution, Guy Pearce kills one of their buddies. And Shia LaBeouf, I liked as an actor. I've never hated him like other people have. Yeah, the Transformer films, but Transformer films, he was just doing his job, and I don't think his acting is bad. I just think his character is written in a rather shitty manner. And matter as in matter and antimatter would come up and explode and then create the multitude of 2,000 explosions that he's like, run, that's half his dialogue, run. Optimus, run! Bumblebee, run! And manner, as in, they make him out almost like a fucking dick to Bumblebee, who's only doing shit to save his sorry ass. So again, I don't blame Shia LaBeouf's performance, I blame some of the shitty writing. Because Michael Bay, he should just stick to fucking movies like The Rock and Pain and Gain and fucking Bad Boys films. Stay away from kid franchises. Don't direct them like Transformers, and don't produce them like Ninja Turtles. Stay the fuck away from them, because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. The first Transformers movie, I liked. If I watch it, I would say I like the spectacle and the music, but... And I didn't grow up with Transformers, but that just reminded me of the fucking Ninja Turtle bullshit that he produced years later, and then just pissed me off. I know that doesn't make sense, but I don't make sense a lot of times, so what can I tell you? It's just how it is. Plus, I don't need seeds of dogs fucking or pop brownies in a Transformers movie. Even a guy who doesn't know shit about Transformers, even I can be like, you know what? If I'm the producer of this, don't put any fucking pop brownies, and don't put dogs fucking in a Transformers movie. I'm just saying, I don't need Bumblebee seeming like he's pissing on John Turturro. He's leaking, no, he's pissing on his face. That's the whole fucking point of the scene. Ha ha ha. Bumblebee's pissing, and he's pissing on John Turturro's face. Ha ha ha. And then even as a guy who didn't grow the fuck up with Transformers, even though I'm like, yeah, don't do that stupid shit. That's like RoboCop farting. You don't want that in a movie. That's like Mikey saying he's got a fucking erection in a Ninja Turtle movie. Oh wait, that did fucking happen. My shell's tightening. But now I'm going off on a tangent. Shia LaBeouf, I like him in Disturbia. I reviewed a film called Holes. I liked that. That review is still up. Disturbia, Eagle Eye, I rather enjoyed that. So, and Shia does it here. Whether it's because it's the script itself, or because it's based on a true story and this is what really happened, as a movie, I don't care for the fact of how ineffective Shia is for most of it. Again, I know that's a big part of the point. And like I said, if that's part of what really history happened, kind of hard for him to change it without... But then part of me is like, well, why does this have to be based on a true story? This story that's based on a true story, there was nothing that remarkable of a story to go, okay, that needs to be adapted to the screen. It just made me go, I'd rather just watch The Untouchables, Prohibition. I could just watch that instead. Among the plenty of other films about bootlegging. But you know, and like I said, Tom Hardy, Jason Clarke wasn't bad. He has less screen time than the other two, but Jason Clarke wasn't bad in it. The ladies, they were fine for what they had to be and who they had to be. Gary Oldman, wish he was in the film more. Wish the film had more action. Wish it was more of an action movie that's just more my cup of tea. The finale was old. It was, honestly, it was kind of so-so for me. Just spoiler. Shia's pissed, of course, because his buddy has been killed. I liked his animosity and getting pissed off. Tearing a shotgun. Guy Pearce and these guys are on a blockade on a bridge. Shoots Shia on the side. The brothers come in. They do most of the shooting. Tom Hardy, he also gets shot in the shoulder. Then pretty much Shia pushes through. Guy Pearce is going over the bridge and Shia shoots him. Shia shoots Guy Pearce. It's a movie that seems like it wants to be a more epic film than it really is. It seems like a movie that feels like it wants to be this epic story of the history of... It just never reaches that large level. Again, I don't know if that's the direction or the writing or whatever, but If it wanted to be this epic story of this time period, I don't think it comes off that, because no one really remembers this fucking film. And I don't even think it's that bad of a film. It's just, didn't mind the actors, don't mind the look of the film, like the cars used, the Tommy guns. I don't mind that era in history. I would say if you're really into Prohibition era stuff and you like the cast, it's worth a watch, but at the same time, I don't see myself ever watching it again. So that's what I mean. To me, it was just an okay film. If you if you want your action itch scratched, I don't really think it'll do that for you. If you don't expect an action movie, you're not getting that. Although some of the marketing kind of teased you it was going to go in that direction. At least a little bit. And I don't think it's as epic as... Like, if this is what it wants to reach for the height, for its limit up here, it falls short. And I can't really put into words as to exactly why that is. Maybe because there's really nothing to the story that it's lame to say I haven't seen before, because what really haven't you seen before? But I watch him going, there's really nothing that really made me stand up and go, oh, that's a standout moment, or oh wow, that's a moment to remember, and then coming week. And those are the films that are the hardest for me to review. Well, the tons of things are hardest for me to review, because yeah, I don't think there was really any that bad filmmaking wise. It just, it was okay. Time waster. It is what it was what it is. Again, I know it's not much of a review, but I don't really know how else to talk about the film. So, for one final time, if you like the Prohibition era and you don't mind the cast, again, I like Shia LaBeouf. It was cool to watch once. Would I ever see it again? Nah. I'd probably just go watch The Untouchables instead or something else, but it's not an awful film. It's not a bad film. With that said, thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye. Oh, another film I would rather watch, Last Man Standing with Bruce Willis, which I reviewed on here. That's another film I enjoy that took place in that era. But yeah, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.